Hello, my kings and queens. Hope all is well. Welcome to the Awakening Rise from the Physical to the Spiritual 3-series video, My Letter, How to Heal Childhood Wounds of the Past. Part 1, we're going to focus on the different types of childhood wounds. Part 2, we're going to focus on ways to practice self-love. And Part 3, techniques to heal childhood wounds of the past. I hope that this journey of self-healing finally put an end to childhood wounds of the past. To my kings and queens, I dedicate this letter to all my kings and queens with love, compassion, respect, and empathy who suffer from unhealed childhood wounds of the past. Some of us may or may not be consciously aware that we are walking around with fear, anger, guilt, resentment, and shame because of traumatic childhood experiences. As a child, we may have experienced abandonment, abuse, neglect, and rejection in the household. We may have been bullied, made fun of, or peer pressured into doing things that were against our own will. To heal wounds is to cure the anger, to cure the guilt and the shame and the resentment once and for all. Wounds can build a wall and block the flow of love and the flow of blessings. As adults, we find ourselves repeating the same childhood experiences by projecting our own pain and trauma onto our relationships. Unhealed wounds can lead to toxic relationships where when things don't go our way, we overreact on a subconscious level, like a child throwing temper tantrums. For example, abandonment issues from childhood could trigger insecurities in relationships where we become infected with trust issues. Over the course of our lives, we must learn about the power of emotions and emotional intelligence. We must learn that self-healing is taking control of our own thoughts, actions, and emotions. To heal from our pain, we must heal ourselves. We can't expect others to heal us. The work has to be done on a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual level. Unless we get to the root of our core issues, we will continue to attract unhealthy relationships and unfortunate circumstances. To cure our childhood wounds from the past is no walk in the park. We have to be ready to peel layer upon layer of negative thoughts and emotions learned from childhood. To heal our childhood wounds, we must do the following. Number 1, define the problem. To acknowledge the problem begins the healing process. Healing starts from within. What are your internal struggles? Do you struggle with anxiety, anger, shame, resentment, guilt, hurt, and depression? To get to the core of your issues is to figure out what sets you off. Remember, there is a cause to every effect. Number 2, identify the cause and the effect. There is a cause to every effect. For example, emotional eating is the effect. Seeking food for comfort is the cause. Procrastination is the effect. Lack of desire is the cause. Anxiety is the effect. Impatient is the cause. Identify the effects, figure out the cause, and then you can implement solutions to healing. Number 3, implement solutions to healing. Healing emotional scars of the past takes time, effort, and patience, and most definitely work. Pay attention to your triggers, then write them down for self-evaluation. When you feel triggered to go back to those hurtful feelings from childhood, wrap your arms around yourself and love yourself unconditionally. Love and protect your inner child when circumstances trigger you to overreact. And that includes in your relationships. We need to feel our pain to heal the pain. Healing is loving the wounded child within your soul. Healing is changing the way you think and feel about yourself. How we feel and think about ourselves attracts the relationships that we have with others. Our energetic fields are like magnets of attraction. Get rid of the old conditioning of the mind so that you can heal and build healthier relationships and positive relationships. For example, you may have been called ugly, fat, stupid, and slow as a child and struggle with these insecurities. You may have even lashed out when triggered by comments about your looks, intelligence, and weight. Identify the wound and create positive affirmations to reprogram negative thoughts about yourself. Never be afraid to feel your feelings. Feelings are normal. For example, you may have been told that crying was a sign of weakness. Crying is not a sign of weakness. Crying is a sign of healing. We heal when we release the hurt and move forward. When we learn to communicate our feelings in healthy ways, we take responsibility for our own life and heal from past hurt. Unhealed childhood wounds can lead to mental health challenges. Self-love is the cure to cure old childhood wounds. Stay tuned for part 2 where we discuss ways to practice self-love. Take care.